Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to more of the Mars TV Dota 2 League. It's the MDL, and we are in the second day of group stage action. In the second series of the day, it's Vici Gaming going against iG.Vitality, and we are in game number 2. Vici Gaming come out on top on the back of this guy right here, Outworld Devourer, played wonderfully by Ghost. And also the follow play from End's Terrorblade was a bit too much for iG.Vitality to handle, and we're just going to have to see how they're going to do in game
Sniper.
two. Whoa,
Sniper
Jesus.
again.
You came in so, like, it scared the shit out of me there. Whew, Sniper again, huh?
I don't know. Same openers. The Batrider, I think, was definitely justified as the first pick. They played it very well, despite having a soft counter in the Shadow Demon. I don't even know if that's a yeah,
Juggernaut.
kind of soft counter. Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut is a much better safe laner versus this sort of lineup. He does, like, you're not really that vulnerable. Like, the problem with, like, a lot of the carries versus an OD, you want a hero that can, like, man up and go in his face, but at the same time, Shadow Demon's, like, really good versus most of those heroes, like Sven and, like, Lifestealer, Slark, like, those sort of heroes, Shadow Demon's generally pretty good against. But the Juggernaut is actually, like, very, very resilient in the fight, and then when you spin, you don't actually get any of your ins stolen, so it's all pretty good. And he's a much stronger laner, I think, than the PO. Like, last game, the Slaughter got a lot. He had, like, maybe 75% of the CS that the safe laner did, but with the Juggernaut, you have a lot more kill opportunity on whomever the off laner is on Vici. So that should be a little bit better for them in the safe lane.
I have seen in the past a Jug go mid against OD. Do you think that's just ill-warranted altogether or something plausible? I don't know if iG.Vitality have it in to run it, but you'd be surprised at how many teams do continue to still pull it out.
It's definitely possible, but
flexibility is there.
Seems more like a paparazzi hero than a Sakata.
What do you know about paparazzi and Sakata?
Watching them play last game, you can tell overall.
It definitely does. I would agree with you. It feels like a paparazzi / Sven Lifestealer kind of a hero for sure. So we'll see if that's the case or not. Nonetheless, banning out the second phase, even though I was kind of making the comment that I felt like for a lot of iG.Vitality's drafts, in particular, what they've been feeding their dogfights for position has been what feels like a bit of old meta, if you will. They've played Bounty Hunter both games yesterday, and then today led in with an Earth Spirit, which, you know, these are great heroes and all, but they feel like they really haven't been in their prime position. Maybe it could be based on some of the numbers changed to them. Maybe it's based on just where the meta is, on other heroes that are more popular now, but they just seem to be struggling a bit right now.
I think it's because they're worried about their safe lane. Their safe lane was under a lot of fire last game. After, like, the thing went wrong with, like, the pull on the Batrider with the napalm, but aside from that, like, after the first, like, 3-4 minutes, that top lane was dominated by the Batrider and Earth Spirit. I think they're worried about, like, a strong roamer, like the last 3 that they banned, like, coming up there, Batrider getting a kill, and then having free access to that jungle and being able to freely roam about that top half of the map. They don't want that to happen. They want to shut down a Batrider. Imagine if Batrider had a bad start and, like, he was like level 2 without any stacks, like 5-6 minutes in the game. He was like level 4 at that point. But if he was like really low level, he didn't pick up the haste rune, I think that game is like super easy for Vici Gaming. They don't have to rely on coming back through Roche.
Vici will get rid of the Elder Titan here, which continues to find its way into somehow the second phase, while iG get rid of the Slark, which obviously is very nice to have against the Batrider, and can man fight up with the likes of a Jug. So we'll have to see where they ban out from here. Vici Gaming, solid picks. I mean, Mirana, I mean, I love with both of these heroes. You have millions of ways to set up for the arrow, I suppose. I just don't see a whole lot of Mirana picked up, especially for a lot of these Chinese teams, unfortunately. But also moving in.
The Chinese don't like to support Mirana as much. There's only a few that like them, but it's just, it's risky. If you don't hit your arrows, it's a useless hero. And I think generally they don't like that much risk.
I would have said the same thing about Earth Spirit too, though. I feel like if he doesn't hit his connecting or his ganks early, he also
he owns team fights though, right? Like, okay, whatever, you miss a couple of rolls, but in a team fight you can drop Magnetize on like 4 people, and you have AoE stun and AoE silence, whereas Mirana has like a little bit of AoE damage from Starfall and only a single target is stunned in the team fight.
She's got that Moonlight shot on. Well, look, we're gonna get the Earth Spirit again anyways, so sticking with the 4s of old. I still fancy the hero. Before that, the Luna was the grab. Obviously, a wonderful pairing together with the Shadow Demon. What about, you know what I would like to see? Vici Gaming, what about like a Nyx Assassin? Good against the Batrider, Carapace off anything that Earth Spirit deals out.
I don't think it's good in lane versus the Jug is the only problem. I think it's
remaining.
yeah, it's good versus the Bat Rider, but they already have the Shadow Demon and the OD both with the defensive capabilities to save people from last. So if they even need to do it, like last game, it didn't really come into play at all.
Well, for now, Vici Gaming already kind of setting up what their 2 cores are going to be doing here between the mid and safe lane, have a bit more wiggle room. I imagine they'd want to save their... I don't know. I actually just watched something recently. It was PPD's draft analysis, I believe. And he was talking about how when they have second pick, and obviously that means you get last pick, they always save their last pick for something that their team is like really built around. Looks like for Vici Gaming, that's going to be either their offlane or support. Is there something you particularly would favor if you went into a draft and you knew you had last pick?
I'm not a good drafter, so I can't really put that much input into it.
Okay. Well, maybe based on success, we'll have to see what's led a better opportunity for one or the other here. I mean, I guess they probably could just consider holding out the support. I mean, you haven't seen the opposing potential mid laner yet.
I think they need a hard disable for the Juggernaut and the Earth Spirit, or otherwise they're always going to be able to get their spells off. They don't have any way to log people down.
Axe? Offlane Axe is just not something I see Vici Gaming doing, but other teams would consider against a Jug.
Yeah. I think X is okay. I would like something a little bit more instantaneous, though. Like Sand King, maybe, Lion, something like that. You mentioned the X. X is really good versus Juggernaut. It's, I think, slightly risky, though, because of the cast point on the Berserker's Call, however. But still, pure damage.
Yeah.
Very nice synergy with the Shadow Demon too. You can even pair those two in the off lane if you really need to, but we don't see that too much.
Oh,
10
definitely.
seconds remaining.
And you know, obviously things go pretty bad. If they decide not to
5
pair the
seconds
Shadow
remaining.
Demon there, and let's say for whatever reason the Axe runs in a lot of trouble, I guess there's always a jungle you
Reserve
can fall
time.
back
Yeah.
on. So
SC Luna's already a really strong lane. I don't really think they need to throw any other hero down there with the Axe. He can just kind of do whatever he wants. Because if Earth Spirit roams again, that means it's going to be like a 2-on-1 at worst.
all right,
Dire
so
team
IG opt for the Morphling grab here, Ben. Now,
Morphling's good.
so well, we have a Jug already out there.
Yeah, Jug's likely going to be mid then. and
So
the
Jug
Morphling's
mid.
in. The Morphling's really good here because now they're taking one of Vici's greatest strengths is that their heroes are really
10
strong
seconds
if
remaining.
made illusions of with the Shadow Demon. They first pick Shadow Demon.
Radiant
SD illusions with
team
Luna.
down.
You get all the glaze. Does tons of damage. Axe, you get the full damage from the spin despite reduced damage on the illusions. So Morphling replicate on Axe, I think it's like it's incredibly good.
Dire team
Ooh,
Wow.
Silencer.
Man, he has such a manly voice too. I mean, I guess when you have to yell globally across the Dota planet, you have to have like the pipes to back it up. But this guy rolls in here, is like, "Silencer, shut the hell up." But here, you know, what's his purpose? I mean, normally we see
He's the
Silencer,
cover to
like,
bat.
yeah, like the combo breaker.
They don't have any like
5
they don't have any
seconds
way to like
remaining.
really kick off a fight very well. Like what are you gonna do? Like blink call? You can just global and just crush
Reserve
them.
time.
And drop your healing ward, stun them. I liked Ogre. I thought actually iG.Vitality were gonna pick the Ogre. It's like a kind of roamer that they needed, but I guess the Earth Spirit suits a better role. Ogre's nice, nice and fat.
He is fat, man. Real freaking.
They like the strong zoners, dude. They do not like their weak support
Flimsy.
lane.
Yeah. Screw Bane. Remember that hero? Yeah. No, we want fat.
Bane's pretty fat. The weak ones are like Disruptor, I think.
Weak support, zoning support.
Yeah, Disruptor's one of the weakest that
Yeah.
gets picked relatively commonly. Dude, Ogre's
Coddle's pretty weak. But he's
Yeah,
not
Coddle's
really
actually
a
pretty
stoner.
weak.
He's
I mean, he
fast
is-
though. That's where you got it. You can you can hop in and out and you poke him and they can't get you.
he has a good toolkit though for zoning. Like Disruptor's like, oh no, level 1 Thunder Strike.
Sometimes I guess it's like for the glimpse on like a
5
dark seer, but
seconds
you're right. It's
remaining.
like it's not nothing too imposing, nothing too threatening.
He can't one-on-one like any other support in the game. I'm trying to think of a support that can actually one-on-one.
Who's a really bad support right now? I don't know.
I don't think he can one-on-one like any of the relatively common supports. Like he's just always going to lose a man fight just because that's kind of just what the hero does. But he owns in team fights, so that's okay.
All right, well, away we go, folks. It's game number 2, and it's Vici Gaming with the 1-game advantage right now. With a win here, they would secure their spot to be able to go toe-to-toe with MVP in the next matchup and get a better spot into their playoff run. And already,
Wow.
A long, deep committed boulder roll is going to be able to get the grab on Yang, but do they have enough to slow him down and burst him down? It looks like they may. They got it. First blood for the second game straight. Going to go to In July. Nerves, bruh.
Yeah, so we were wrong about a couple of things. Well, I was wrong about the Morphling Juggernaut. As you mentioned, Sakata is playing the Jug, Paparazzi on the Morph, and the X call as well. But see, Paparazzi, this game, he saved the skill point. If he had Morph, he probably wouldn't have gotten that kill, and it would have been a little bit more difficult. They'd have to dive a T2, use a little bit of regen, but you save your skill point, you'll get a little bit more efficiency with the morphing in your base and saving all that mana. But it's just really nice when your carry player, save the skill points for whatever is necessary, unlike the terribly last game. But that roll from Earth Spirit, he saw the smoke pop, but he kind of just had to guess where the hero was going to be. He nailed it.
Good connection, and I believe they even decreased the AoE size on the catch of the rolling boulder too, so that makes it even more impressive as it is. So props to Dogfights for setting up the first blood for iG.V, and he'll have to go and take his business back to the offlane. It looks like he'll pretty much go for a bit of a deja vu from game number 1. They'll hope to kind of get In July into a very comfortable position and really ball out of control. And a very similar laning matchup, but actually, as I say that, a bit of an audible change here. Super's going to join them, Ben, and we're going to have a try-on-try, a full Royal Rumble here in the top lane as already the harassment begins here. Tree will be eaten, and now we're going to go for the turnaround. Rolling in is going to be Dogfights, but DDC is a very fat target, eating his way through even the last word, and now they put their focus onto In July, who's going to have to backpedal a bit. Right clicks continue to come out. They're looking to go for DDC. He's getting all stickied up. He's got 7 stacks. Boom! He's going to be going down. And that's 2 kills now for iG.V. They will be able to get their response as the last tick of poison will be there, and FY will at least get VG's kill on the board, but full chaos in the top line as we go try-on-try. And Yang, in the meanwhile, has totally abandoned his offlane. He will go straight to the jungle and just farm up against those little neutral creeps instead. Leaves a free lane for Paparazzi. And the one-on-one in the meantime for the mid lane between the OD and the Jug.
Looks like Vitality have taken up the wing strategy of never abandon your off lane.
Really, though.
They're just not interested at all in ditching this. Always contest the safe laner. And it's working out for them. Luna only has 5 CS, which is really good. She's forced to invest early items into double regeneration as well as a stick. Like as a Luna, you just want to be able to rush HOD, stack, farm on.
Dogfights has been roaming. He found him. He got him. Hello, how's it going? Just happens to roll in from behind and takes down Yang as he's trying to do his jungle rotation. Was probably even hoping to deny himself to that camp, but not going to happen today. And still looking for more. Boulder smash. Gonna get connection onto FY, and In July is looking to make his move. Man, I'm really loving this Earth Spirit Bat duo here, but now they're slightly outnumbered. Super does step in a bit, gets off the last word, and some curse damage onto FY, and they'll have to split it apart, but more attention, more drawing focus away. CYF is like, just can I get in the lane and do Luna things? Farm up the frickin' CS? iG doing a nice job being very disruptive.
And Axe has returned to the bottom lane, realizing that top lane, it's not that safe for them when 3 heroes are there, and they have dual Observer Ward kind of playing over there. Super is waiting for Yang to overextend, but I don't actually know if they can kill him.
He goes for it, and then stops going for it. So
there's no way they can really kill him at this point. Morphling's range is just much too short to be able to really harass an Axe. And if you morph Agi, like a counter Helix is going to take off like a quarter of your HP.
Mid lane, the OD versus Jug CS game. OD with 13 CS boy going against the Jug, who are scrapping it together at 9 and 3. It's pretty much expected based on the matchup right now, and there's no real outside interference happening. So they'll be left to their own devices. And just like last time, Inflame is going to have to dip out from the lane. They'll leave Dogfights there, and those kind of rotated in and out a bit. But Super back at bottom lane, we're going to have a bit more of an equal spread from iG in the laning phase. Just have to see how long they want to wait before Dogfight makes another go. Not going to wait too long. Oh, nice, I love that. Man. The kick back too. I mean, it does mean they won't have the stun, but when you're with a Bat Rider, it doesn't matter. More stacks are going to be coming in. FY steps in with the disruption. Then they get the stun on In July. Dogfights is waiting. He's got another roll, but he's going to use it to roll back and away. They did force CYF to kind of go to his south, but cute little play right there by Dogfights.
Super. He's trying to kill a low HP X.
Oh my. Has he gone too far? Ghost is moving in.
It was
Can he
really
get the
far.
Astral? He's fast. Has to settle and opts to go for the Morphling instead. But we'll be able to pick up an Invis rune, it looks like, on the way back and through towards his mid lane. Nice grab by him, and obviously that information will be passed off.
Wait, did Juggernaut mean to die to neutrals? I'm not actually sure. The Centaur was at a lot of HP, so I suppose so.
Give him the benefit.
Yeah,
Okay.
looks like it.
Well, he gets back in his lane now. Ghost returns on the back of that Invis and welcomes him with a quick little imprisonment and gets back into his mid-CS grind. But we'll have to see how the new approach is going to be here from this top lane, because the Luna was falling quite a bit behind in the CS game here. Now is only matching up evenly with the Bat Rider.
That's getting big again, though.
Yep.
Like, he already has raindrops and tranks and a lot of small items, so he can just bully this lane about. And Luna can't just sit there and then sit there and farm. The supports can't just sit there and stack and reactively TP to the other lanes. They have to just constantly deal with this threat. Is he going to steal our stacks? Like, what is going on? Is he going to take the rune? Is he going to try and gank mid? Is he stacking up on his own? When's he going to come out with his Flint Dagger? Like, there's all these things that they have to worry about when this Bat Rider is such an impending threat.
Deep enroll by Dogfights, gets him close enough to dish out the Boulder Smash, leads to a nice little Omni play, and Sakata's going to get the grab and get the takedown of Ghost, but will they make it away with both their lives? Beautiful step in from Yang. It's going to get the call onto 2, and that's going to be your first dunk of the game. Quickly taken out in July, and they're looking for more. 9 seconds before a call will be there.
Is he ever going to spin? Oh my goodness.
No, no spins.
Dude, that range creep was attacking him a few times. He just needed one spin.
Unfortunately, not going to happen. Not till it's too late. So Skata's going to be able to make it back in a way here, but they still get the response play, and they get the kill for it. Gets Vici 2 kills now to match up against iG's 4, but still draws attention elsewhere, as that was really iG's first movement, coming from the top lane and trying to add some pressure onto the OD.
Not completely unexpected, though, because that's kind of exactly what they did the last game, too. Around this time. It was like right around the...
yeah, baby! Dunk that courier! And using the move speed, runs in and misses the call on Paparazzi. I don't even know couriers have that much blood. That was just disgusting. Nonetheless, a freebie there for Yang, and a freebie, a bit of extra gold for the team. And uh-oh, they gotta be careful. They ping it out, but DDC is creeping in. And we'll plop down the ward. That might have been spotted. There is sentries here on Super. He could take care of it, and he did. A wonderful display of ward wars happening here.
Do you like that silencer set?
It's okay. Kind of looks like Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, they're going in. Another kickback for N. Disruption does come out from FY in July. After pulling back with the lasso, hoping to be able to burn through it, they'll get it done. Dogfights picks that one up. VG will have to take another hard hit, losing their Luna rather.
And that's why Disruption is viewed as a soft counter. Like, he got the Disruption off on the lasso target, but you're still going to die because you still get moves while you're disrupted. The only way it really works out is, I think, if you get the Disruption off on the Bat Rider. But generally, the Shadow Demons are going to be too far back to be able to do that because they don't want to get lassoed themselves, and they're going for a roll. Next.
But now find themselves in a bit of a pickle. We'll get eaten with the stun. 3-man Boulder Smash for Dogfights on that one. But a little low on the mana department, so he's not going to be able to roll away, as Injuly is going to be having to fly out. Super's here now, and will begin to zone back End. And obviously End just being taken down is not going to try to overextend and risk losing another life. So chaos does continue here in the top lane, and I don't know who ends up being the real winner at the end of the day. I mean, Injuly still farming up pretty nicely here. It's getting closer to the drums being completed.
Killing Luna is always good.
And almost level 5 for your Earth Spirit too, so probably get that 3rd point in the Boulder Smash, and the damage really begins to amplify up at that point.
No fun. Replicate on the Axe.
Quite an amazing replicate target to have. Ooh, I have a question actually. I don't mean to put a mechanics question, but if he replicates the OD, do you get the benefit of his Essence Aura?
I don't actually know. You do for some of them, but it's one of those like weird auras. It's not like a... I think anything with like a standard Warcraft 3 aura, you would.
Looks like they might get a 2 for none special here. Does IG, as they happen to lasso up and pull back. A great opportunity to pick out both. But here we go, a nice follow-up play could be here for Vici Gaming. That is going to be the Astral into the call, into a missed dunk. Uh-oh, he bricks on the rim. Dogfights, rolls the hell out of there, but it's a bit of a panic roll to just get out and away. Leads it to another imprisonment in July. His buddy hanging around. Unfortunately, we'll have to find and see his comrade falling. But nonetheless, almost an opportunity to escape. Look how much attention and space is being drawn their way, though. Now with all hands on deck, they're looking to really make sure they get in July, put 6 feet under, and they'll do so. Lots of hate for the bat rider on that one.
Do not cross. That's the lesson that they're trying to give. Vitality, don't come into our jungle.
Yeah, I don't know, he's feeling a bit ambitious about trying to get some assistance there for the Earth Spirit. Dogfights was able to hold his own for a little bit, but I think it was a case lost. But
Oh my goodness, the U scan.
and they got that bottom rune area.
And it didn't connect, despite him getting the rune.
Well, let's see here. Touching base with some of the cores here from IG. Does look like their morph has put together his perseverance as he kind of moves into that cookie cutter Lincoln's build up. So we'll see him in about 20 minutes. Meanwhile, Jug mid lane under a bit of a astral imprisonment. I imagine is not going to be doing any sort of Battle Fury farm build-up, right? Looks like he's got Aquila on the way, but are we looking at a Yasha opportunity here so he could be a bit more of a fighter? I'm sure you don't want to pull attention away from the morph.
He might need more stats. Like, whenever it's an OD, if you get hit by like 1 or 2 arcane orbs, not that he has it skilled up at the moment, but
Nice rolling boulder into stun, into grip, into spin, but FY actually shows up, gets the disruption off, but just in time for Paparazzi to waveform in and get the KS. Sakata will grab the other one, making FY pay. Jumping from Yang is going to get the call. A couple auto attacks and then no dunk as he is silenced up, but he will still be able to get in range to get the job done. Now forced to back out and away. Gets hit by the boulder smash though, stunned out a bit. Eclipse going to get popped here and is looking to pursue lots of nukes onto Paparazzi, but he begins to flex all the gains and all the strength and simply shrugs it off. Oh my god, Yang is caught between two and will not be able to make it away. +2 for super on that intel. Bit of a long, hectic fight right there, and an Eclipse that really did nothing.
the
Very
Axe
awkward.
Illusion tanked way too much of it.
Yeah.
It tanked, I think, at least 2 of the beams.
Morph took at least 3 or 4 himself, but
Yeah,
obviously
I think
was
Morph
strength morphing his way.
Took 3 and the Illusion took 2.
Well, 10-5 now. IGV taking the net worth right back. It's not any sort of heavy-handed lead right now, but IG happy to take any sort of advancement while they have this kind of Morphling Jug lineup. It's happening up here in July, moving in, has the drums. He's looking to kind of get some use out of him here. Gets a pullback onto Ghost. Ghost has the haste. Looks to chase. Dogfights helps to slow them down. He really wants to get this kill, and now he's just like, uh-oh, I went too far and gets blocked in. Very awkward right now. Drops the Astral. This man's cursed. Just go for the deny. No, he's going to run for it. Get that courier at least. Nope, he's going to continue to run for it. And he'll die anyways. He should just went for the deny. Oh, well. OD's gone. The Ghost is, well, a ghost. And we'll wait 30 seconds for his intimate return. But here we go. We got some stack gain happening here. Vici Gaming's FY has been able to build a couple of ancient stacks for the Luna to bring in soon enough. He's got what looks like the makings for an eventual SMY or something. Ogre Club in hand and a couple of bands of Elfskin.
Lance.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Of course. How can I forget? Lance. Lance on Luna. Is that the best build now?
Yeah.
Stats and range, yeah.
Agi is really good on her. Attack speed's good. And she is a short range hero.
Fair enough. I see your case.
It's just an alternative to the Yasha rush that you see because it gives you a lot more HP.
Whoop, blink in. It's going to get in July, but a good quick stun does come out, and the follow-up global. And here comes the turnaround from IG now. Will Vitality be able to get it done here? Astral could save the axe temporarily, but the damage is already there, and they're going to be able to get the finish. Ghost going down next, makes it 2. The Magnetize begins to go on in, but this is End's time. Moves in with the Eclipse, but it's going to be completely mitigated within the team itself. And now he could be next to go down. Super in the meantime will be able to get the finish onto DDC. And to make it 4, could be end here and now. Oh, I love it. The disrespect kick in the ass right there at the end. That's how you do it, dogfights. This guy is winning over my heart with his Earth Spirit, that's for sure.
The Silencer's been playing so well in these fights. He's just doing incredible amounts of damage with his level 4 Arcane Curse and earning people up at the same time. In this game, the Morphling is a lot more involved than the last game. Like even like the TP mid for the rubber kit, he's been involved in 7 kills. You said we wouldn't see him in 20, but it's only been I think 10 since you said that, and he's like been very active.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, it was that the first global of the game too? I mean,
Yeah,
that was,
it was
very clutch. So came at the right
they
time.
were waiting for that game to happen.
Making a move for dogfights here. They get him purged up and stacked up with a couple of poison shots. He simply rolls out and away here, but after he gets the boulder smash off, they're going to catch him with an astral imprisonment, and it looks like that should be able to do it. A dunk at the end will seal the deal by Yang. But dogfight's pretty much continuing to make his big impression here. Very flustering for Vici. So, I mean, what do you think for Vici Gaming now that that global's on cooldown and they're just taking down the Earth Spirit? Is this any sort of timing window for them to be able to kind of go on the move? No Omni, no global.
One fight's not going to change that much for them. It's not like I highly doubt that they're going to like team fight and wipe them because of all their defensive capabilities, like the Juggernaut with the spin and the Morphling with the morph and waveform route. I don't think they're going to take heavy losses if they smoke right now. I think they need to think a little bit longer term and how they want to tackle this really farmed Morphling, because they don't have any ways to stop him from morphing. They don't have any sort of silence on their team. So what that means is, I don't know, maybe they need an Orchid perhaps to stop him from morphing, or else this Morphling is just going to be like unstoppable. And then once he gets the Lincolns, like the Shadow Demon is generally like decent versus the Morphling, but like he has Lincolns and Ghost in 16 minutes. And then once he gets to EB, like the Shadow Demon can't do anything.
Yeah, they're going to see some serious shotgun one-shots here coming out. That's going to be the case. I don't think Orchid is too far-fetched if the OD wanted to go for it. I mean, we saw Sumail get it yesterday. If it's situational and deserves it, but
it's hard because he's already so farmed.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Jump in, lasso, follow-up global.
But only on a disruption illusion.
Not going to be good enough.
Well played, FY.
So unfortunately, for IG, not looking for the prime target. That's going to be 2 ultis cost, and now Vici Gaming feel confident to make the move in, as there was no quick retreat here from IG. The jump is going to be had onto Sakata. He goes right for the Omni, and then boom, is going to be able to get the response. Yang's going to be going down. That's going to be the magnetize, and that's going to be the sweep on forward. Yang for the buyback now, but they've already lost Ghost. Eclipse already being expended right now. Yang on the return, though. Nice catch with the 2-man call. Gets the dunk right away and looking to get the grab onto Injuly. We'll do it. Making a twofer there for Yang. Nice double dunk. Paparazzi, though, looking to be the final man standing, is going to be able to get the shot onto Luna, and this could turn into technically a 6-man wipe if they can get Yang second life, and it looks like they may. Slowly running away, withered, intelligence pouring out. Where can you go? Nowhere. Dominating now.
They're going to have intel issues pretty soon. This Silencer has 30 intel.
What the hell? Oh my god, 30?
Yeah, 30.
Who's the real doofus right now that's going to be on Vici Gaming
As
team?
if Ogre wasn't dumb enough.
Oh man.
They had everyone got the base mana buff not that long ago. So I mean, they'll still have mana to cast his spells. It's just like more so that he hasn't died this game and that he's actually hitting very hard at this point with his glaives. So with his glaives, he does like 170-ish damage, 180 even.
It's going for mech though, but whatever. I mean, with that much intel, I thought he'd be smarter than that. But he's getting the mech, so his team will definitely have a lot of sustain and 5-man.
They need to prevent the first coal from going off. They need to survive the eclipse. That's what the hood is for. That's what the mech is for. I think they have this. You know, they have this in the bag. It's getting close to that point where all their team fight items, as long as, like, barring any mega throws from Morphling, who's been playing incredibly well this game, it's going to be very hard. There's no, like, real good comeback mechanic from Vici. They're not going to get pickoffs on Morphling because they don't have any lockdown. They're not going to get Roche because they don't have the slaughter on the team this game. and they don't have a really good Roche lineup at all. They don't have the Midas on Ghost this game, so they don't have the late game items flowing in, and their avenue for comeback was pretty much just getting a lot of kills with the Blink Dagger on the Axe, but that hasn't really yielded too much for them.
So it sounds like VG Gaming are stuck in one hell of a run right now. Not really
Oh, they are.
itemized appropriately to be able to kind of
They don't have any money to
their way into
itemize
late game.
anyway.
So they have, they're poor.
You can't itemize poorly if you're poor. You're just poor.
They're just poor. And IGV are rolling in. They got a big old shotgun. And they're looking to just do work. Tier 2 goes down. And it's desperation mode, I imagine, here from Vici Gaming. Let's see what desperation mode means to them.
This is actually very similar to last game, except their carry player, I think, is being a lot more active. Like, their safe lane was just, like, kind of ruined by the Batrider plus a couple of heroes coming in.
All right. Is that tempting enough for them to jump on for Yang? It doesn't look like it. They'll get the blink out, back into the disruption. Still rolling in, though. In July, thinking about making a move. They actually commit the global as well. An Eclipse on the other side, a shotgun blast, and suddenly Luna is dead and gone. 40 seconds, no buyback. Sakata sweeping in as a secondary, looking to go for Ghost, and he's also going to be taken out. 40 seconds, no buyback. 2 picks on both cores, just like that, right outside the front door.
That global silence timing was perfect, too. Like, right as they were about to initiate on the Batrider, and then they had to all retreat, and they just got blown up by the Omni and the...
Oh,
yeah, this
God,
game
these supports don't even stand a chance. This one, I mean, let's just go to game number 3, and we will. Very emphatic win there for IG. Looking to kind of make up for game number 1.
Paparazzi freaking destroyed this game.
Well, he had the free lane. And obviously, X go to the jungle, he did his thing. But yeah, I will say, like you mentioned,
it wasn't a free lane. It wasn't just a one-on-one versus the Axe.
I mean,
yeah, it was. He came after he died. It was like level 3. It was like 3 minutes of free time.
he did start being a part of the team a lot sooner than you was expect any Morphling.
The mid fight, like he did a lot. He had a couple of waveforms in the replicate tank too. Like I really like the way that he played this game.